call for an end
to unlawful detentions
at Guantanamo.
Close Guantanamo.
Close Guantanamo.
To remind the public that people are still in prison without a trial. To remind the public that torture is illegal. Under international law. To ensure accountability. For torture. Investigate. Prosecute. And provide remedy. For victims. To repeal indefinite detention. Provisions in the NDAA. To make public the Senate Intelligence Committee's report on CIA torture. Dallas says, we say no torture. No indefinite detention. Repeal the NDAA. Close Guantanamo.
Texas. His name is Reverend Robin Hoover. I met him years back through a mutual friend. He, out of a church in Tucson, Arizona, he ran an organization called Humane Borders, which provided water in the desert of southern Arizona to all the migrants who were crossing from Mexico into the U.S. and were dying by the hundreds. Reverend Hoover organization was responsible for scores, if not hundreds, of these water stations that were built in the southern deserts of Arizona. Please welcome our good friend Reverend Robin Hoover.
Thank you. It's good to see some young people out here. It used to be nothing but those old farts going to all the meetings and gatherings and marches and so forth. So Leonard Cohen, some of you know him. Leonard Cohen, some of you know, talks about the deserts here and the deserts far away, and they are very bleak, just as our last speaker said. We brought some of the desert our problems from the desert over to Guantanamo, if you will, and we create problems in our deserts in southern Arizona, all along the border with Mexico. What you do here matters. What we do here matters in places far away. I just want to say thanks for all of you. Let's do everything we can to stop torture, stop unjust detention, and close Guantanamo, and figure out a way to merge our societies with Mexico and with other people from the south. They're our neighbors. In Matthew 25, it says we're supposed to give away food and water and clothes and welcome and ministry to the sick, ministry to those that are in prison. That's the resume of a migrant. That's the resume of everybody in Guantanamo. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you. There is a war crime.